as you can tell, we decorated our house, and I'm really happy about it because I didn't really feel like it was Christmas, and now that we decorated, I'm like on the Christmas train. I'm like, okay, this is real. This is happening. Um, so yeah, we made cookies, and I made vegan puppy chow, which is just delish, and I have to really like be careful with that stuff because it's so good. Um, we watched a Christmas movie last night, Santa Claus with Tim Allen, and I love that movie. It's a classic. Yeah, you know what? Getting to the juicy part of this conversation. Um, you know what? Yeah, it's been an interesting time recently. Um, I'm growing a lot. I'll just put it that way. I mean, there's no time when we're not growing, but I just feel like I've really been like on the struggle train recently, and but also like I don't want to make it seem like I'm just struggling my way through life. Like, no, but I just go through periods of like, and the periods can be like 1 day or like 2 days. I'm not talking like a really long time, but like periods where I'll just be like really excited about something, like really like pumped up and like, yes, like this is all great, like this feels so good, and just like my life is so in alignment, and then like the next day just be like, um, I feel so isolated and I have no friends and everybody's on YouTube, and like I'm so sick of this, and just like feeling bad for myself. So, um, you know, there's a lot of aspects that are moving through me right now, and today when I was in my therapy session, some like past life stuff came up, and it made a lot of sense for some things that I've been feeling recently. Not just recently, but for quite a long time. But what I have to remember is that everything's moving at the right pace for me right now. Like, I have a tendency to want to like accelerate, just like I want to be where I'm not. I want to do all the things that I'm like dreaming about doing, and I want to do them now. But at the same time, there's like a part of me that's like, wait, I'm not ready for that, and wait, I'll do it, but I have to have it this way. I have to have it my way. I have to have it like to like fit all of the things that I'm like anxious about. And so that's exhausting because when you're trying to like control your life and grow at the same time, it just doesn't work. And so yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been saying to me that they feel really isolated and they don't have friends in their city, and they're just sick of just, talking to people online. And that's the way I've been feeling recently too. It's like all my friends are long distance, and it's great to get YouTube comments and, talk with people on Facebook and Instagram and whatever, FaceTime, but that's not, that can't take place of real, like face-to-face interactions. And the reality check was this, that I want to have more of that. I want to have more of the of real life stuff, the real life, interactions, and hanging out with the people that I care about more, and putting energy into the projects that I want to do. And yet all of that stuff takes for me to get my butt out of my house and do it. And I have so much anxiety around doing little things like driving and going places and traveling, and I don't know what to say about that. I'd like for it to not be that way, but at the same time, it is what it is right now, and I'm trying to do my best. And I'm really caught in the middle because I'd like to do more, and I always know that I need to be gentle with myself in order to really move forward. I can't tell myself I'm not doing good enough, because that's not compassionate. So here's my lesson and teaching that I'm going to try to pass on to you. And what I'm learning is, I don't really know the answer yet. I think it's important to, like I always say, don't push yourself around with the stuff that you're working through that's difficult. Don't push yourself around about it. Don't tell yourself, I need to do better. Don't tell yourself you're not doing good enough. And at the same time, you can't really just sit still either. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm sitting still or if I'm moving. I think I'm moving. But sometimes it's just the really, really tiny things, and I just tell myself, like, that's not enough, that's not really enough. And I do question a lot, like, when will it be enough that I start to see some movement and I start to be comfortable doing some of these things that cause me a lot of anxiety now. I don't know the answer. I'm bringing this to the surface, number one, because more people than not that I know right now are suffering with this. And it's just been on my mind, because I think, what's really the reason, I don't know if it's more the millennials than the older generations, or if it's just talked about more in my generation, but more friends that I have than not are struggling with this, and I just question why. And I question why it's not even just like, it's like a big part of so many people's lives, and it's stopping so many people from doing the day-to-day activities. And yeah, I just do. I question why. I'm not sure if it's really on the rise or if it's just being talked about more, but I'm caught in the middle right now. I just feel that way because I'm growing into something that I feel so much energy behind. I can't explain it. I can't predict the future, but I feel like where I'm going is going to be really big. And also, I'm not saying this in an egotistical way, like, I'm going to be huge, I'm going to be a celebrity. Like, I'm not saying it like that at all. I'm just saying, I just feel like this path has been paved for me, and I'm like walking it, and I'm just saying yes, and I'm like, seeing layer by layer as it unfolds. It's like, I don't really know, but everything that I've done so far, just writing the book and everything up until now, it's just been completely guided. I've just been saying yes along the way, and I feel like ever since Kevin was here, ever since this TV opportunity sort of came up, I'm really feeling that. And the contrast here that I'm talking about is seeing that just large aspect that's brewing under the surface, and where I could go, and the possibilities and all of that, and just traveling and everything that's going to come with that. And me, just in my little quiet, like, town, in my comfort zone, like, am I going to be ready for that? I guess the answer is I can take it all at my own pace, but I don't know if you get what I'm talking about. It's just like, when you feel like you're meant for so much more and you're still not quite there yet. That's how I feel, and yeah, it just got me feeling kind of bad about it because I wish that I didn't feel held back by some anxiety. But, I mean, then I hate to think thoughts like that, because then it's like, well, you're not being very nice to yourself. There's a reason why I'm working with this and dealing with this. And I also work with a lot of people, like clients that are processing the same stuff. And, you know, the answer is always that you have to be loving towards yourself in whatever situation you're in, and be really patient. And I've been guided towards this teaching all week long and all last week, which is patience. And I know that has to do with being patient with my own growth and expansion, and also just being patient with other people too. Yeah, you know, sometimes I wonder, like, this sounds a lot like just my story. I wonder if anybody else is going to really get what I'm saying, but every time I post my videos, I'm proven otherwise, that people do understand what I'm saying, or they at least can relate from their own story to something that I'm saying. So I'm going to post this. But also, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I'm just so blessed. And I remember when I was excited about 12 subscribers not that long ago. And now we're at 500. So yay, it's just starting. And I don't know what to say. I'm making this video so I can look back at this in a year or two, or maybe longer, I don't know, maybe less, and see some growth happening. Even 2 years ago, I don't hardly recognize that person. I mean, I do, but a lot changed, so who knows. But yeah, I just try to give updates often so that you can see sort of what's up, and it's not all fun and games all the time. And if I take a couple days off or a week off, it's probably because I'm processing something. So, but you know what? Christmas is around the corner, so I'm really excited. We're going to have a kirtan practice this Saturday night, and that's going to be a bomb. I'm so excited. I haven't seen them since our last kirtan, so I'm pumped for that. And then Christmas is around the corner, and the new year, and it's a time for celebration and games and food and fun and skating and snow and sledding and hot chocolate. So that's all good stuff. And I hope that you have a great Christmas. I'll probably check in before Christmas, but I hope that you have a great holiday season and New Year, and just treat yourself, be kind to yourself, and continue to ask questions to yourself, because asking questions is movement. Always, always, always. So I'm sending love to each and every one of you around the world, and I'm hoping the best for you, and I'm sending you big hugs. Receive my hug.